Good afternoon, students. Hope your periodics are going well. Today, let's do a quick revision of Geography, Chapter 2 Globe, Latitudes and Longitudes. First of all, let's see what is globe. Globe is a model of the Earth. It gives an accurate picture of the Earth's surface and shows the location of places on the smaller scale. And on this globe only, we can find several vertical lines and several horizontal lines, which are known as latitudes and longitudes. And these lines are imaginary lines. Now, first, let's see what are latitudes. Parallel of latitudes are imaginary lines on the globe running in an east-west direction. So children, latitudes are horizontal lines, which are running from east to west direction. As you all can see in the diagram, these are sleeping lines which are horizontal, and these are known as latitudes. Children, you all can see the red line, which is the longest latitude, known as equator, which divides the earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Now, let's see what are the main features of the latitudes. The very first is that there are 180 parallels of latitudes. This means that 90 latitudes are in the northern hemisphere and 90 latitudes are in southern hemisphere. Next is each parallel of latitude is a circle. It means that all the latitudes are depicted as circles, and out of that, equator is the longest latitude and it is the longest circle. And children, from equator, each circle starts decreasing as we move upwards towards the globe. Now children, you all can see there are certain major or important latitudes which are marked on the globe so that our studies can become easier. They are equator 0 degree, the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degree north, the Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degree south, the Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north, and the Antarctic Circle 66.5 degree south. Now children, you all must be thinking why these important lines of latitudes were marked. These were marked because the distribution pattern of heat is not equal all over the earth. The heat zones were marked amongst these latitudes. So now let's study the different heat zones of the earth. So children, as I've already told you that the heat zones are divided on the basis of these important latitudes. Now, heat zones are divided on the basis of the amount of heat or sunlight received from the sun. Now, children, there are basic three heat zones of the earth. They are torrid zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone. Now, let us study the heat zones of the earth one by one. The very first is torrid zone. Torrid zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Here in the diagram you can see the central portion of the earth is the area of torrid zone. Now children, the midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. It means that sun rays are falling straight into this portion. And due to this, the torrid zone receives the maximum heat amongst all the other zones. Next heat zone is temperate zone. Temperate zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere and the Antarctic Circle and the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. Now children, in this zone, the angle of the sun rays goes on decreasing towards the poles. It means the sun rays are in slanting manner, which means the temperature between these zones is medium, means neither too hot, neither too cold. Next and third heat zone is frigid zone. This zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere and the Arctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. So for this, frigid zone is also known as polar zone. Now children, in this region the sun does not rise much above the horizon. Now children, what is horizon? It is the line at which Earth's surface and sky appears to meet. Next and last feature of this zone is that it is the coldest zone amongst all the heat zones of the Earth. Now let's study the next set of imaginary lines, which are longitudes. What are longitudes? Meridians of longitudes are imaginary lines that run from North Pole to the South Pole. The prime meridian 0 degree from the center of the earth divides the earth into two equal halves vertically, means eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. Children, you all can see in the diagram that prime meridian divides the earth vertically into two halves, whereas the equator divides the earth horizontally into two halves. Now, let's study the main features of longitudes. There are 360 meridian of longitude, which means 180 degree meridian is in the eastern hemisphere and 180 degree longitudes or meridians in the western hemisphere. The longitudes are semicircles, they are not full circles. Next is the distance between the two longitudes is never same. It keeps on decreasing as we move towards the poles from the equator. Next, let's see why these longitudes are needed. It helps us to calculate the time. Children, each longitude is marked in degree, like 1 degree longitude, 2 degree longitude, 3 degree longitude, and so on. And like this, we have 360 degree longitudes. So it takes 24 hours to pass over 360 degrees. Now children, sun covers 15 degree of longitude in 1 hour and 4 minutes to pass over each degree of longitude. Next is GMT, which means Greenwich Mean Time. It has been decided as a reference for World Standard Time, which means to count which country is moving ahead and which country is lacking behind in terms of time. Next point is all places on the same meridian of longitude have the same local time. Each country selects the central meridian and fixes the local time, which is known as the standard time of the country. 82.5 degree east is accepted as the standard meridian for India or as Indian Standard Time. Now children, let's move towards the conclusion of the chapter. The latitudes and longitudes cut each other at right angles and their crisscrossing on the globe forms a pattern known as grid. Latitudes help us to locate the places, whereas longitudes help us to depict the time. Thank you. Hope the learning makes better.